Hello. This is the Awful and Awesome Entertainment Wrap, episode 310. This is Rajyasree, and with me, we have a special host.
For the second time.
For the second time over.
Hosting in 1 month. This is the second time hosting in a month.
Almost. It's feeling like that.
Wow.
Time has sort of collided into itself.
Though people must be upset because they really like Abhinandan on this podcast.
We don't know why, but then people
They
like
really
Vivek.
want to listen to his views on everything.
People like Vivek Agnihotri and Anand Ranganathan also. There's no accounting for
Comparing
taste.
Abhinandan to Vivek Agnihotri and Anand. Oh my God.
So we have lots of things.
Yeah.
And we watched
Primarily why I have come on the show is because I actually watched the two things that you wanted to discuss,
Yes.
which is Indiana Jones and The Bear.
And The Bear. But then we also watched other things.
Yeah.
I watched Wham also. And Wham is like, you were too young to know
But I
who
love...
Wham is.
No, of course. Wake me up before you go.
So that was a first hit. And we have a spectacular song and a spectacular trailer. So what?
Not by Wham.
Not by Wham. In this, so what I got is that Shah Rukh is playing the Joker.
Yeah, he has this evilish look to him and he's doing
And
this
something
dance at
happened
the
to
end.
his face.
Yeah.
And he's bald. And he has that cute scene in the metro, like in the Joker
dancing
also.
to
He's
that.
very, like he's sort of funny, but you feel that something bad is going to happen to you right after you stop laughing. So he has that air about him. But there's a song where he looks just like Shah Rukh Khan, because they have to have one song at least where he's looking good and handsome and clean shaven.
Where he's
and this
dancing,
thing.
right.
Yeah, where he's dancing.
So maybe it's about this good guy who became bad because of circumstances or something.
And something happened to his face.
Yeah. And then he wants revenge.
So
now.
it's sort of like a Batman villain, but a Batman villain who dances and sings, which Joker also, Joaquin Phoenix did dance. He didn't sing.
Of course, the famous
so
thing that he
that's
did.
what. So it's
And he's bald in it for the first time. We're seeing Shah Rukh Khan.
Fabulous skull.
Beautifully shaped.
So there are some friends
Really,
of mine
I don't
who
think it's
shape-
real. I think they've CGI'd it or something.
No, you never know,
because
because
it's beautifully shaped.
there are some friends
There's
of
a
mine
beautiful
who
skull.
shaved their hair and their skulls are so beautiful. And I'm like, see, you didn't know your skull was... Could be that your skull wasn't beautiful. So maybe some people just have stunning skulls.
It's too perfect a skull. Shah Rukh Khan's skull is just too perfect.
It's too perfect. That's true.
I think it's CGI'd. It's really round and there's no bump. Like my skull has this gadda.
That's why you and I are not Shah Rukh
That's why
Khan.
we are
huh?
not shaving our
We
hair
are not
anytime
shaving our
soon.
heads also. But this is in September, so we will watch it.
Is it, it's not an Eid release or anything, no? Usually he has these big Eid releases.
September 15th or
September
something.
15th.
But God knows, something it is. They'll time it according to some festival.
Trailer
But
release.
other than Jawan, there's another film which is...
Which you must watch. I think
I will
Abhinandan and
watch.
you must
I
watch
will
it
make
together.
Abhinandan has watched Prem Ratandhan Payo when he had nothing to do with this podcast. So, and there was no podcast. So, he has no reason to show any sort
Did he
of
watch it on a flight? His excuse
No,
will
I
be that
made him watch
actually
it.
I was on a flight.
No, I
so
made
then I
him
watched
watch it. We went to the
Prem
hall
Ratandhan Payo.
and watched. And they were riding around in a
Why?
carriage. It was horrible. What a bad
No, but
film
this
that
movie you
was.
should watch. It's called
Rocky or Rani Ki Prem Kahani.
and it's directed by Karan Johar.
And Farah Khan has done the songs and dances. Not
It's
songs,
got
the
Ranveer
dances.
Singh and Alia Bhatt.
And it's like that film which Ayushmann Khurrana and that girl did. That Punjabi boy, Bengali family girl.
No, actually, the first movie that did it was again Alia Bhatt and Arjun Kapoor, the Chetan Bhagat remake, which was
Two states.
Two states.
But this is
where
Bengali
again the family
Punjabi,
is
I'm
Tamil
saying.
and Punjabi.
But
Yeah,
this is
it's
Bengali
and
Punjabi, like that
So Punjabis
Ayushmann.
are the common
because
oddballs
they are-
thrown in every setting because they're just loud
Because also
and...
Bengalis are high culture and Punjabis are agriculture, horticulture, culture. So that's why. But
so in this case, Alia Bhatt is Bengali and Ranveer Singh
which is also
Punjabi.
difficult to. And she says,
Doesn't have Bengali vibes.
Khala Habe. but she says it in a strange South
Why is
Bombay.
she saying the TMC slogan? Khela ho
Because they're
kuch
trying to be
TMC.
funny, but she's not saying it like a Bengali. She's saying it the way Jackie Shroff says Bandhu in Devdas. He's also supposed to be born in that. So she
And
says,
there's Rabindranath Tagore, obviously.
Arey, Preeti Zinta is in this also.
She must be the Punjabi grandmother.
Preeti Zinta. Oh, Jaya Bachchan is in it.
After Zveer. Oh, she must be
Jaya
the elder
Bachchan
sister.
is she must be the elder sister. Dharmendra has not given a recent picture of his to the production house. So they've used a picture from when he was in 1970, what he looked like. And they've just released the song.
Yeah, which is Tum Kya Mile.
And it...
And has very weird lyrics. In fact, I'll just read out the lyrics.
You'll read out the lyrics.
Because-
Let's just read a few of our mails.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So Rimjim has written, Hi Abhinandan and Rajyasree. I so missed Abhinandan on the show and the banter between you two. I love and follow Nuisance and Hafta as well. See,
Thank
Manisha,
you.
something
Yay.
for you also.
We're here.
Abhinandan, you've got to stop saying that you do not contribute anything significant to A&E owing to your other important commitments. Trust me, barring so much love, it's too much. Trust me, barring your Punjabi song suggestions, I love everything that comes out of your mouth.
Huh?
God.
This Abhinandan is writing himself.
I think Abhinandan's written. Also,
I think in his free time, he's like,
but he
hello,
does
I
write.
really love Abhinandan.
Sometimes he does send mails.
Such a nice
I think
guy.
he has a person he's got as an intern somewhere sitting who writes these mails.
Please don't miss
We all
it.
get Hafta mails also. We love Abhinandan's political views.
Yeah, we get a lot of
so that's
fan
that
mail
same
from
intern, Raghu. His name is Raghu. Raghu has a 3-month
He takes
internship.
dictations from Abhinandan.
Yeah. Also, no, he's allowed to be
He
creative.
paces up and down and dictates.
I love you, Abhinandan. Also, can't there be full videos of the podcast? If not every time, at least the ones in which you two are there. Lastly, make a conscious effort in selecting bad movies too. Hearing you guys bash movies is music to my ears. You can't be awesome all the time. You've got to be awful too.
also.
We used to at one point review when we used to go and watch more films. Then this pandemic.
I think people also like the banter between the two of them. So we must give you also some due credit. People like the back and
we
forth.
love Abhinandan. We love. He's not talking to himself, right? He's talking to me. But Somati has written, Hi, I never thought that I would ever write to Newslaundry because it felt just too much effort. Never have this attitude. But here I am furiously typing away in the interval of an incredible movie that I'm watching. Mamanan, directed by Mari Selvaraj. Please review it on A&A. We'll put it on the list. Sumati, I promise you it will make up for the junk that you poor folks get sometimes tricked into watching.
I have watched Indiana Jones. I went to theatres last Friday, first weekend when it released as a good fan.
Yes.
And it was spectacular.
Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
Dial of Destiny.
And it has Harrison Ford. It
A
has
young Harrison
Mads
Ford
Mikkelsen. Yeah. So the first 25 minutes I get to that. Mads Mikkelsen. It has Phoebe Waller-Bridger helped write the film. And she's in
Which is
it
one of
as
the reasons
his-
why I wanted to go.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, it's
Which is why
Phoebe
even I wanted,
Waller-Bridge.
yeah. And she's the same person who wrote Fleabag and
acted in it.
yeah.
She was Fleabag, basically.
She's just excellent.
And she's also acted in the movie.
She's his granddaughter.
No, not granddaughter. Great. She's like
a niece.
goddaughter.
Okay,
a friend's daughter.
Oh, because he'd have to be married to have a granddaughter in a traditional world.
He is married, Indiana
Is he
Jones.
married?
Yeah, he's married. He's married. The wife comes. So in the movie, he's going through a separation. His son has died in the war. And there's that angle to that also.
And
of his
Sean
separation.
Connery had played his father in one of the Indiana Jones, right?
Earlier ones.
Yeah, very nice it was. So in this one, it starts from Nazi Germany. And he has been I'm saying all this because this is the only part about it. He's been captured by the Nazis because he's trying to break in or do something, and he gets captured. And they are looking for, as usual, some market, the Dial of Destiny, I'm assuming. But he and this British professor, who is his accomplice, gets caught by the Nazis, and then one by one what happens. So this goes back in time, and but that part is played by Harrison Ford. The only thing is he looks like he's 40 years old.
It's brilliant CGI.
Yeah, like his face is moving.
Because the first scene
You can't
is
make
a
out the
young
difference.
Harrison Ford, and I'm like, what? Like, is this real? How do they do this? To me, that was just
Because we also
spectacular.
just now saw another CGI, which is Tamanna and Rajnikant dancing.
in the latest movie song that's released,
Yeah.
which is all the rage, and we're guessing it's CGI. We're not really sure.
No,
but-
we are
yeah,
certain because his face is much younger, but it's not expensive CGI.
Yeah.
Means I'm sure it's expensive,
I mean,
but not.
Harrison Ford, he's doing action, he's doing everything. It's like
No, and
literally
he's
been
emoting.
transported to.
He's emoting.
Yeah, he's emoting.
No, it was very
So it's
impressive because
spectacular.
I kept looking at his face. I got
And
distracted.
in the hall, imagine. I was
Yeah,
like,
that big. Yeah, I'll watch it on big screen. So how was it?
it's really so. The good thing about the movie, and this is where I think, Hollywood is just way ahead when it comes to action.
Yeah, and on top of the train also, which we've
The
seen
action
so many
sequences
times.
are so good. There's
Yeah.
one where he's escaping on a horse on a metro line. So there's like trains coming and he's riding and he, moves to the other tracks. And that scene was just like goosebumps. So spectacular action. The beautiful part about the movie is that it takes you to 3 epochs. There is, of course, Nazi Germany, 1930s, 40s. Then the moon landing, because the present of the movie is Indiana Jones is retiring. It's 1969. America has landed on the moon.
Okay.
And he's like, okay, I'm done. I don't want to do this thing anymore. I'm fed up. I'm tired. And Phoebe Waller-Bridge comes and says, you can't.
Oh, this is at that time.
Yeah.
So
And then it goes all the way back to the Battle of Syracuse in 397 BC.
but he's there also.
Yeah. So the movie takes you to
Oh,
these
because
3
of course
battles
he'll
because there's
be
time travel.
time travel.
Because the Dial of Destiny can
Yeah.
actually... And so they meet Archimedes.
But before we go off video and onto audio, there is one announcement that you need to make on the
Yes, so we have a
NL
new NL Sena project up. It is on Manipur. We're going to have 2 reporters who will travel to Manipur. They will look at everything that's happened over the past 2 months, look at why peace has been so difficult, look at the victims and all aspects of what's been happening in that state. So do contribute to the latest NL Sena on Manipur. We've already done a couple of reports from Delhi, but obviously from Delhi you cannot get the full picture of what's really happening. But we've done a bit of that. So you should check that out too and contribute to NL Sena on Manipur.
The subscription model is something that keeps News Laundry afloat, but we need hundreds of thousands of people to completely transform the news ecosystem. So you pay for news, so it serves you. So click on the link with this video, subscribe to News Laundry and pay to keep news free, और गर्व से कहो मेरे खर्च पर आज़ाद है खबरें.